many decades. Tell me one thing.
Okay. Let us say.
Just 10 seconds. I'll take 10 seconds.
Okay.
सेंट्रल विस्टा प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में इतना कुछ कहा कांग्रेसियों ने, जबकि जयराम रमेश wrote to मीरा कुमार in 2012 saying existing parliament building is not completely earthquake proof, and he said the existing parliament building was designed way back in the 1920s.
Right.
By
So you are saying the Congress also had similar suggestions?
Let us have our own parliament building, but
Correct.
they had a problem with that also.
No, they didn't have a problem with that. They had a problem with the fact that the BJP is trying to appropriate everything, saying that we are the only ones doing everything. The Congress has done nothing for the country. So that's where the issue is, that it's not collaborative, it is about appropriating. But yes, Singh Devji, how do you want to respond to Sanju Verma ji, saying that the Congress seems to have a problem every time we want to Indianize?
Sanju ji was mentioning some weapons.
The guns, sir.
Is she saying
that
not one weapon from...
No, the howitzers, which gave the 21-gun salute, all the howitzers for the first time in 75 years, they were all indigenously made. That's what her point was.
But what is she trying to say? That it will be Indian if every weapon used in the country is going to be a weapon or a tank or a plane or a missile or a, let us say,
the simple argument is, sir, that outside
Kargil.
of crude and oil, the biggest import bill is arms. And they say that
it is so silly and childish.
Yeah, they say that all the ordnance factories were shut down. India was decided that, and that we should be able to make our own defense and our own weapons, so that if we want an S-400 missile defense system, the Americans don't invoke CATSA, and that doesn't threaten national security or our safety. So that dynamic, and I'm sure you're a wise man to understand that. So please go ahead.
It makes, you mentioned two things right in the beginning, that what are all these things about? Is it about optics and presenting one party or a leader of one party trying to say things that anything that was happening in this country before, let us say, this party came into governance in 2014, which they are celebrating today onwards, let us say 15th August onwards, was subservient. They were subservient in their own opinion and their views to colonialism. Is Mr. Modi trying to say that? Was he trying to say that from the ramparts of the Red Fort? That every person in this country was, till these changes are being made in names or the weapons being used for the 21-gun salute, subservient to a colonial mentality? It's so sad. It's so sad. And so immature to make a projection like this, that whatever has been done in this country is the impact of colonial subservience?
No.
Sure, ma'am. Please come in.
Yeah, so Sanju ji, respond.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I just want to thank you, sir, for extending the courtesy to me. Anand ji, I want to make a couple of very quick points.
Always,
it is not about appropriating the legacy, but let's be very honest. Until 2014, we've heard the contribution of Jawaharlal Nehru to the freedom struggle. We've heard about, Mahatma Gandhi. कुछ लोगों ने सुभाष चंद्र बोस के बारे में भी सुना है, सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल के बारे में भी सुना है. But how many people of this generation have ever heard of Senapati Bapat, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Tir Ali Khan, Aruna K. Munshi, Lakshmi Sehgal, Birsa Munda, Durgabai Deshmukh? So the point I'm trying to make is that over the years, the entire legacy has been limited to a few select individuals, primarily the Nehru-Gandhi Parivar, and that is what the Modi government has undone. Tell me honestly, 31st October every year is celebrated as the day Indira Gandhi was assassinated.
Right.
But the Modi government said 31st October should be remembered as the National Unity Day, the day Sardar Patel was born. November 15th should be remembered as the Jayanti of Birsa Munda. 26th December should be remembered as the martyrdom of Chote Sahibzade of Guru Gobind Singh. ये सब पहले हुआ था? नहीं हुआ था. So we are giving that power to those it belongs to, that is the people, rather than having the legacy captured and limited to a select few individuals so-called
so race course to Lok Kalyan,
with.
Rajpath to Kartavya Path, these are all aspects that it's not for this generation, you, me, but the generation from now going forward 10, 15 years, 20 years down the line, will they remember it as Rajpath or will they remember it as Kartavya Path? 15 years, 20 years down the line in the city of Mumbai, do we still call it Victoria Terminus, or now does everybody call it CST and Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus? How many people would know that it was actually called Victoria Terminus? Is it Mumbai now or is it Bombay or Bombay? So these are the aspects. But is it collaborative? Are you taking everybody together and saying it's shared credit? We shed some of the remnants. We were able to come some way, some distance, 75 years. Now the next 25 years, we're going to run at a pace. So let's run together. Is that attitude reflective? That's the larger question. Sanjuji and T.S. Singh Devji, I am going to call, thank you very much for joining us. We are going to be covering, of course, the big launch that will happen, and the Prime Minister is scheduled to make an address. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. onwards is the build-up. Around 7 p.m. will be the mega launch of Kartavya Path, or committing it to people and society. So if you are living somewhere around Delhi, I'm sure you would choose the weekend to go and take a walk down that path. And if you're coming into Delhi, make sure you don't miss it. But before